My name is Biswajit Roy, and I'm a working professional, and I'm learning machine learning and deep learning, and I have done data analytics from Ivy Post School, and now I'm been into our session, and my job profile is I'm working in one of the World Bank funded project in under the government of West Bengal. So and also I'm uh, a good participator in Kaggle Hackathon. The hackathon was conducted in Machine Hack, and this platform is becoming popular, and many of the participants, like who are data enthusiasts, are like they are participating in this competition. So the competition that I have participated is called merchandise predicting bias time prediction. So suppose the data was given like that, like in e-site commerce website, e-commerce websites. So like the people do spend a lot of time. So on some features, we have to predict the time that is spent by the users. Suppose a person come into an like Flipkart or Amazon e-commerce website, and they spend time, they look around for the products and all, they purchased, or maybe they put into a cart option. So on these features, we have the problem statement was, for on some features we have to predict the time, how what is the time spent by the consumers in e-commerce websites. My approach was, first of all, you have to first of all I've used pandas and numpy to read the data, and has to look into the data set, the how what are the features that are available, and by looking into the data set, we have to understand that. So like not going into an analytic part, or not going into a testing, or maybe any deployment part, like on by viewing the data set, on viewing the features, we have to predict, we have to have some idea that how these features can predict, or what are the important features that can predict the target. After all, we have to proceed with the feature engineering, and we have to go for some kind of test. Okay, so in this hackathon, I must say that we I didn't go went for test, because if you are going for test, because these features, because this data set at last, because the R2 score of the train and test was very low, and the model were not perfect, because the features were not carrying so much information regarding the data to predict the target variable. So it was like not a but it is not such a kind of a good data set that we have got. But we have to work on that data set, and we have to create some features on it. The feature engineering is something a most important criteria, or maybe the persons who are top, who are getting top in leaderboard, they are very much efficient in feature engineering. So the feature engineering was very much a challenge for in this competition. So I have created some of the features on the basis of some on the basis of some categorical variables or continuous variable. And I must say that as we don't have domain knowledge on this data set, so like feature engineering is quite a challenging task for the participants, because if you don't create a feature very well, which is does not have a relationship with the target, that means that your model is going to fail. So that is that is some tips and tricks that I have applied on it. And apart from it, I didn't went for much kind of plots and all, because as the thing is that these features are not getting a value, because I have to like accumulate all the features, but there is a one features which is having a like more number of missing values. So I have deleted it because that feature was a subset of one of the feature. Okay, so and that's how I did it. And the thing is that, yeah, as I said, the R2 score was very low. So that the data set, the information that they have given was not enough for to create a a real time model. So we but somehow the thing is that, this is the tricks and this is the tricks that hackathon guys do apply. You have to and you have to just submit your submission again and again. Have to see that whether you are topping on the leaderboard or not. Statistical test in this hackathon, in this competition, the major challenges was feature engineering. So apart from the test, okay, maybe we have heard about ANOVA test, chi-square test, or maybe some other statistical test. So to create a relationship between the features and the target variable. But the thing is that as you know that these features are not getting a good are not having a good the p-value which we accept as a null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis to take the features for the model. But the thing is that the p-value was not very much satisfactory. So I have to take all the model. Apart from it, we have to create some features on it. That's the main challenges. And apart from it, creating features, okay, that doesn't work. So you have to go for model building. So you have to apply some of the models that would work as strong models like XGBoost, CADBoost, LGB, right gradient boost, regressor. And tuning with hyperparameter tuning is one of the most important, the tricks that the top leader hackathon participants do use. And that's what I did. I didn't went for much statistical test because as I know that these features won't be able to give a good p-value, and that's why I went for chi-square test because there was some categorical variable. Okay, but the thing is that I must say that for this competition, most important was model building, okay, and the feature engineering. First of all, after doing feature engineering and on the basis of the features, so the thing is that the features that were there, they are not having any nominal or ordinal categorical variable. So I don't have to have a lot of transformation on these variables. So the no transformation was done from my side because the dataset was clear and the dataset was all having the categorical variable was all having numerical numbers. So no transformation was needed or required for the dataset. And apart from it, some features I have created. And the thing is that I have done I have given more importance on model building. So if you go for this was a regression computation. So in regression I didn't start with linear regression and all. I didn't start with decision tree and all because if you go into hackathons and if you go into Kaggle competition, these peoples are not going for the base kind of model. They go for neural network and gradient based, descent based models because which can learn from weights because there are XGBoost, CADBoost. Okay, so I have done ensembling. Okay, I have used these are all ensembling, but apart from it, I've created 3 models and I have done voting regressor. So voting regressor does is that suppose you are I have taken 3 models, that is one KNN, one XGBoost, one random forest, and these these three on top of these three models, I've used voting regressor. The voting regressor does is like that. On these three models, what are the prediction they are giving, and it gives the average of three predictions. So it becomes a much more compact kind of model, and this is very much good for like a stable model, you can say. Wherever in stacking, blending, okay, voting, this creates a more valuable information, or make your model much more concrete. And I have gone for like voting regressor. I have used because on that data set, XGBoost random forest regressor was giving much more accuracy, much less error, because the even metric over there was root square mean logarithmic error, okay, RMSLE. So I have used that to model, and apart from it, KNN I have used because the linear model would give much more valuable information, would make a concrete model on voting regressor. So I have used these three models. On the top of it, I have used voting regressor, and that came that make me in scoring top, like 16 in the leaderboard. Apart from accuracy, I was like much more strengthening on the error, reducing the error. Because if you reduce the error, the accuracy, like I was looking on RMSLE error. So the error, how much I reduce the error. Okay, if suppose there is an error of 5 point something, and after doing some hyperparameter tuning, if you deploy a model, if you create a model, after that your error is coming like 1 point something, so that means your model is improving. Okay, so that means that the main motto over there is to reduce the error. If you reduce the error, automatically the accuracy will increase. Okay, so on the basis of the error, I have been submitting my submission into Hackathon. Okay, and somehow it clicked. Okay, I was improving. Suppose I was like in 25 in the leaderboard. After that, I moved into 20. Then after that, I moved into 16. I would like to say that you have to be very much keen, and very much you have to take it very as a competition, because this is on a playground. Okay, so apart from applying jobs, because at this situation, at this market, because data science jobs is something it's becoming very much huge. But the thing is that we have to know some kind of the all total, you have to have a good knowledge of model building, because though the in real time scenarios, model building is something like 25-30%, because if you go around ML ops and other things, there are many things apart from model building. The model building is something like 20-25%. Apart from it, there are many things in real time. If you deploy, if you build a product. Okay, so participating in hackathon, participating in analytics with the hackathon, this is because you have to have a knowledge of hyperparameter tuning. Because if you don't have a knowledge of hyperparameter tuning, suppose manual hyperparameter tuning will not work. You have to go for Bayes search optimization, up to now search CV, random grid search CV. Okay, these hyperopt, these are the things, these are the the algorithms or the model. They they work on your they help to create a good hyperparameter for your model. Okay, so by manually tuning your model will not work in this computation. You have to go for grid search CV, random search CV, and also you have to have a knowledge of good understanding of like what are the parameters are. If you increase or decrease your learning rate, so how much your model going to be affected? Because ultimately in classification, the thing is that you have to have a good classification report or confusion matrix. Okay, the thing, the precision recall, these things comes into picture. So okay, so imbalance result would not work. So at this kind of platform would require, I would say that participants should go for like the models which are like gradient descent model, like the boosting models like XGBoost. Like if they must have to know about blending, they must have to know about stacking, because these things, they are how efficiently you have to use it. These things you have to craft. If anybody can craft this stacking, blending, okay, I think anybody. And feature engineering is most important. Okay, and also treating missing values. Okay, missing values, you simply go with mean mode. You will not be able to go for you will not be have any place in this competition. So people do use random forest regressor classifier to compute missing values. Mice class, okay, there are many imputer, okay, KNN imputer, mice class, okay, these things would come, and have to know much about feature engineering and treating missing values, because this is the main thing to be in the top of the leaderboard.